really like how the episode opens up with a slight recap of the movie, though I really do dislike that it spoils basically every major plot point for people who decided to skip the movie, but in your face people who thought the movie wasn't canon. The whole open a school theme seems a bit weird, and it makes me wonder how these kids are getting the rest of their education, like, if at all. I do like pretty much all the new student characters, though I personally find Yonayak to be a bit meh, and I found the Hippogriff character to be grating at times. I do find it very distracting that a member of a military performance team, a pony that runs 3 boutiques, an animal caretaker who has to constantly look after her animals, a pony that runs an entire farm, a pony that plans parties for the entire city and even has a job at the local bakery, and a freaking princess all have the free time for yet another batch of work on top of all of that. Hopefully this will be addressed later in the season, but even if it is, it's a strike against the episode since it wasn't addressed in this episode. I'm not a huge fan of either of the two songs, though I did enjoy the second one a little bit more than the first. I think the EEA is interesting and adds a lot of depth to how government works in Equestria. Twilight's failure to get things straight with her friends long before classes even started was a little distracting, and really was only there to serve the first song. I love the constant use of words like everyone and every creature rather than every pony, as that's been a genuine dislike of mine since the very beginning of the show. Puckwudgies were a nice addition to MLP canon, and I enjoyed seeing the Castle of the Two Sisters again. Personally, I found it hilarious that the 6 new characters became friends in spite of the School of Friendship. It almost highlights why I think the school is somewhat pointless aside from an international gesture of goodwill to have ponies and non-ponies in the same school. Speaking of international stuff, I love that the kids running off nearly caused an international incident. The show usually avoids consequences on that level, so I'm glad it was addressed for once. I think the moral is a bit muddled by reality, since in real life, places like the EEA would not allow you to set up a school without following their guidelines, since in real life they're run by the government. You'd be shut down before you could say School of Friendship. I really love Celestia's line about the 3 pony tribes, and I love that the villain gets away at the end. I wonder if we'll be seeing him again later in the season. This definitely is not my favorite premiere, but then again, I usually think premieres are just kind of okay, whereas the finales only seem to get better and better. I've heard that Lord Tyrek is involved in the finale in some manner, possibly as a main villain or a villain subservient to the real villain, so that's going to be great. I think that covers everything that I wanted to say about the episode. Overall, it was a pretty decent premiere. If you think I missed something, or if you disagree with what I said, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and if you want to support me, you can do so on Patreon or GoFundMe. Links in the description below.